But yeah, Lonzo, I would love to start with a few things that I had here, and we also have some questions from last Tuesday that we didn't get to, so this will be perfect. But first off, we recently lost one of the members of the Force MDs.
Yeah,
now you toured with them, and then you I don't know if the guy was on this particular interview that passed that you just did, but you were one of their last interviews just a few months ago.
Jesse, one of the guys from Force MDs, man. Wrecking Crew and Force MDs did a lot of shows together. We had a unique we had a unique show combo. They were like the Temptations. We were more like Cameo, you know, and it worked for both of us, you know. And the Force MDs, when I hit up Stevie D, man, to come on the show, he was excited to hear from me the whole 9 yards, Doc. And, you know, all of them. I mean, you know, Jesse as well. They have one nephew that's he wasn't on the show on the tour at that time. Back
the younger
then,
cat,
right?
Davion or something,
right? Back then, we still had Trisco and the other two brothers that passed. So it was original Force MDs with us at that time. So we had a great relationship, a great time, man. It just, dude, it's just sad to see brothers fall off the way they are. They're not that old, man. These guys.
That's the thing.
They still they might be early to mid 50s.
Yeah.
You know.
So you got any good Force MD Wrecking Crew stories? Because you guys travel pretty extensively. I understand that they were like you guys were used to compete for who had a better stage show. Like they were flipping and shit, doing acrobats and all this.
Flipping and doing all kind of stuff. And what made our show funky is that Wrecking Crew, we had a complete MIDI band. What I mean by that is we had drum machines, we had keyboards, we had Yellow played timbales, Dre was on the turntables, so we could do solos and shit. We could do solos and break shit down, and we sounded like a band on stage. Okay, I mean, because the drum machines were still live, so Yellow was a drummer. When he wasn't on the timbales or the not timbales, we had the electric drums. When he wasn't on the electric drums, he would go to the drum machine and beat up some stuff live. Yellow would scratch live. Well, Dre would scratch live, and it would just be a whole different thing. We had more flexibility than most guys on the road at that time because most guys played to a tape, and I just refused to play to a tape. I've never been one to convert. I just started playing to a tape in the past 3-4 years. When we started doing smaller shows, but when Wrecking Crew was headlining and up against bigger acts, we could not play with a tape because there wasn't a lot of people out there. But yeah, it's just a different time, man. We competed for girls more than anything. You know, that's our thing. We that's what made it so cool because we both had slow songs. You know, they didn't have Tender Love. They didn't have Houses of Home yet. I think they had Tender Love. We had Lovers. Shit. Okay. We had Lovers. So that gave us that up-tempo dance music, and then we were able to break it down too. So it just gave us a nice little rounded show, Doc, that everybody appreciated.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Who did you I guess, study to get your stage show together? Who were some of the acts that you looked at and were like, Cameo, I could do a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Okay.
Morris Day at the time, because the time they didn't do a lot of extravagant steps. They did a lot of real simple shit, you know, 1 2 step, 1 2 step. You know, they did real simple stuff, and they didn't exert a lot of energy. Okay, and that was cool because that was cool. Same thing with Cameo. Cameo didn't do a whole lot of extensive flipping around and stuff. They did a lot of stuff in unison, and that's what Wrecking Crew did. We did a lot of stuff in unison. So we got 4 guys doing the same thing most of the time, doing the same thing. Dre was always on fucking step. Dre was always off step. But you know, it gave us a good, solid show again because we were playing with R&B acts. And a lot of them didn't have no kind of movement. So we kind of bit that thing from Cameo and from Morris Day at the time to put some kind of steps, even though we weren't doing a whole lot of anything movement-wise, but it just looked good. You know, just looked good.
Nice, nice. Crazy. When did Lonzo and you know, I hope I don't mess anything up for you out there, but what year did Lonzo at his peak get the most women?
Before when I had the club. Nah. I think, man, about 80, 87, 86. I had just bought my house and we was just doing too much, man. We was just doing too much, dude. We was doing way too much. We was doing way too much. Okay?
We'll leave it at that. It doesn't sound like you could say too much more.
Yeah.
Without incriminating some people.
Or I getting myself in some old school trouble. Okay. I thought you y'all niggas shut up. So yeah, that's what we got. Sometimes you gotta shut your ass up. Yeah, man. That's by 86, 87, okay? And now I gotta shut my ass up because I don't want to open up no old cans of worms. My friends, male and female, listen to this show.
Yeah. Well, another big story this week, and this made me happy, even though this case was kind of already solved by the internet, but looks like the killer of young Dolph has been identified, and he's now on the run. Straight drop. We discussed this. We followed this whole story. We did a couple shows on this. We talked about him. He is the one who was linked to the white car that was found in the bag. Right. And, it was also seen in his music videos. He was also wearing when he shot young Dolph, he was wearing a Pro Bass hat. Then you look on his Instagram, like 4 pictures down, there's a picture of him in a Pro Bass hat. So the internet kind of solved this before the cops did, but the cops officially are looking for this dude. And here's the part I would love your opinion on, Lonzo. I didn't even know this, but apparently Straight Drop, the dude who killed him, went on IG Live the same day that Dolph was shot and taunted him, laughed at him, all that. Did this dude snitch on himself, basically?
Pretty much, man. And we've talked about this before. The stupidity and the need for attention supersedes all common sense, especially in this social media era. You got people got pictures. They got you in a hat. I guess he figured he's gonna get caught eventually. Now that's the next thing, man. You got all the surveillance around you every day. You can't hardly do anything. You can't spit on the sidewalk. Now somebody getting a DNA test from your ass, and you want to kill somebody in public and then run, okay? Like you're gonna get away. And this is a strange situation, man. The times that we're in right now, I've never seen so many guys just determined to go out in the blaze of glory. That's what it basically seems like. They go out with the blaze of glory. Hey man, I shot so and so. I'm going to jail of celebrity because I shot so and so. But I'm going to be somebody bitch for 25 to life, huh? How long did them oohs and ahs, really make you relevant? And that's something we were talking about the other day. I do a lot of talking when I'm not on the show. I talk when I'm on this show. And brothers, especially young brothers today, spend a lot of money and do a lot of stuff for oohs and ahs. Oohs and ahs. Okay, that move that we do as men. Ooh, damn, dog, that's the bomb. Whoop, whoop, whoop. She's fly. That's some bomb-ass wheels. Those wheels cost you $4,000 in 2020. And in 2022, they were about $500. $500. Okay? So you just gave away $2,500 just for them oohs and ahs. And the same thing here. Homeboy, you was a hot man, you was a bad man for about 10 seconds. Now the world is looking for you. They probably got a bounty on your head. I know you probably got a reward for somebody turn your ass in. And you got to look over your back because people looking for you because the homeboy
the streets. Yeah, that's the joke is who's going to get them first, the streets or the cops, basically.
Right. That's the joke. And, that's the joke. Who's going to get you first, the streets or the cop? And, if somebody from the streets get him, then they got the same problem. They got the same problem he just got. And that's the part that don't make no sense, man. You go out and get somebody. Now it's like you just play tag with your ass. Okay, now you on the run, and people looking for you because he had people. Okay, you on the run, and you can't tell me these people don't have no cousins, no homies, no nothing. Especially these days, that probably ain't gonna retaliate for his if the streets get him. If the folks get it,
or a fan, like you said, people love Dolph. They love Nipsey. I mean,
right. So who's to say that a fan won't get him? and trade their life. Basically, what you're doing is just trading lives. You're trading your life for Dolph's life. Now somebody's gonna trade their life for your life, and it just goes on and on. Then you wonder why the prison industrial complex flourishes the way that it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because y'all trading life like they're baseball cards.
It's crazy, man.
And the cycle continues. Yes,
and we know who's playing the game is. We're not gonna go there though.
And nobody got nobody got nothing to win. Nobody got nothing to win but the folks at the top.
Yep. Funk Asylum says, I love the podcast, but can we call for a nationwide truce for our people? I mean, I feel like we talk about trying to make some sort of peace all the time on this show, man. I mean, yeah.
Man, I wish I had the power and influence to just be able to say, you know what, brothers, we need to put them guns down for a minute, take your ass to the nearest gym, learn how to fight. I mean, what I'm about to say is really going to sound crazy as hell. But men understand this. Women won't understand this. And some white people don't understand this. When you are in a situation at some point in time, alpha male or dominance has to be established. That's just what we do. Whether it's your brother, your cousin will punk you until you fight him back. Okay? Mm-hmm. And I mean, you got to kill him, but there's something about the male ego, whether you're especially young men, they have a tendency to test one another. Okay? And if you tested somebody with your hands, you get a much better chance that they'll live to laugh about it, if more than anything. And I think that brothers need to learn how to put their hands up, wrestle, fight, karate, jujitsu, I don't know what it is, MMA or whatever, just to get that frustration. I had a buddy, one of my best friends, man. When I was a youngster, I hadn't seen him for about 3 or 4 weeks. And I finally saw him. We just chest punched each other, man. Just bam, 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 until one of us gave out. It was me. Then I gave him a hug, and we laughed about it. Okay? One of my partners, I remember playing basketball at the local junior high school, and me and this one dude, we were about the same size, same height, and he kept on fouling me hard. Every time I get the ball, he slapped the shit out of my ass. And I got tired, and we got into a fight, okay? And we fought for like 45 minutes, man. Nobody broke us up. We fought.
That's a long-ass fight. Jesus.
Well, I would get him in a headlock or something. I would tap out. He would tap out. We go play basketball again, and we start fighting again, dude.
Damn.
He would stop long enough to catch his breath and he'd jump on my ass again, and I light it to his ass again. But we didn't, with nobody trying to stab nobody, with nobody trying to kill nobody. I just had to, I couldn't let you beat my ass. He couldn't let me beat his ass. And we ended up shaking hands and being friends afterwards.
Yeah. You know what? I would love to ask you this. Maybe I have in the past, but I probably forgot. But when you were growing up, it was almost unheard of, because I've heard a lot of people your age say that it was literally unheard of to hear of a killing in someone getting shot. So when do you remember, like, just, oh shit, somebody got shot, such and such? Like, what year? Like, what? Like, do you remember that time frame when you just, damn, somebody actually got shot?
I remember in the 11th grade, a couple people got shot. They got shot on the weekend, and I didn't know these guys. I didn't know them. Understand this. I'm I'm 15, 16. We're talking about the mid 70s. Okay, gang banging was just starting up, was just getting good. They had just started introducing guns to it. Okay, I remember this guy named Chocolate. He got shot hopping the fence at Locke High School, and I remember when Tam from Pyru got shot. I remember when Lorenzo Bennett killed somebody, and I mean, these were just names to me, though. They weren't. Yeah. I can't recall these faces. I couldn't recall these faces right now, but that was the subject matter of the school, and all these things took place away from the school, except for the one at Locke. But everything else took at an event or something like that, But again, because it was gangbangers, I still felt safe. Okay? Because gangbangers didn't really mess with us back then. Gangbangers fought amongst themselves. You know, I didn't worry about that shit until the 12th grade. Okay? Well, actually 11th grade. Later on 11th grade, that's when I left Centennial. But it wasn't something that was really on my mind. We had issues. You know, you had gangbangers, they would say little stuff to you, but they really wouldn't mess with you that much. Especially if you didn't, you know, they know you wasn't with that shit. But back then, the one buddy of mine that I knew that got killed, he drowned in summer camp swimming. That was the only guy that I knew that I went to his funeral as a kid. He drowned in summer camp, and I remember going to his funeral in 10th grade. But funerals nowadays are they're another activity for today's young people, and that's sad.
There was a lot of stuff to do back when you were a kid.
You know what, man? Yeah. And
compared to today, I'm sure, right?
We had to play baseball at Compton on the Park. You had to have $10 and sell some pizza tickets, $20.
Okay.
Okay. You got a jersey from the year before from the year before, and at the banquet, if you didn't take first, second, and third, your ass got a hot dog and some Kool-Aid and try again next year. Okay. It wasn't everybody getting a trophy for showing up, participation trophy. You didn't get to keep the jersey. You know, you didn't. It wasn't when you walked into the room. You knew who took first, second, and third. Okay, it wasn't a whole table full of trophies for everybody that just showed up and whose mama paid the fee. But again, the fees nowadays are $400 or $500 to play football.
Yep.
Okay, it's $400 or $500, and it's not even about the sport. It's about the money made off the league now. Okay, the coaches can't talk crazy to the kids no more. Okay, my coach talked crazy. My mama would, hey, if he gave you the problem,
my coach hit me. Huh? My coach hit me on the side of the helmet. Sullivan, get your shit together.
Grab me by the face mask and get in your face. They do that shit in a minute. Okay, one of my partners used to coach football for years. He said, I stopped coaching. I said, why, man? Because I spent too much time arguing with the mamas. The mamas wanted to tell me how to talk to their kids. If you talk to him like he was a kid, as opposed to like he was your friend or boyfriend, he might not be acting the way he act right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole system that I was brought up in has eroded down to pussyism.
Yes, pussified.
It's pussyism. It's pussified. Okay. You know, my daddy, the dude chased me home one day. I got into a little skirmish down the street, and this dude chased me all the way into my living room. My dad opened the door, saw me running, and I ran right past him. The homeboy did too. Okay, no bullshit. And what's going on? What's going on? Oh man, we had a fight. Y'all fighting? Why you running? My old man made me go outside and take that fade. Okay, and he sit there and watched it. And I realized a couple different things. One, he didn't hit as hard as I thought he did. And two, I can fight too. Shit. I can fight too. My old man wouldn't let me come in the house. He didn't, he wouldn't let me get stomped. No. It wasn't that kind of party. He was on grass and shit. And homeboy was kind of scared because my daddy was there. Okay. My old man made me take that fade. And from that point on, man, I wasn't afraid to take a punch. Okay. So I realized the average person my size, you kids, you can't really hurt nobody.